Good morning, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join our What's New in SharePoint 2016 webinar. My name is Lauren Valencia, and I'm the channel manager here at Xelleration. Our speaker today will be Farjad Habib. Farjad has been with Xelleration for 5 years, and he's a senior SharePoint engineer. His specialties around the SharePoint stack are development, infrastructure, configuration, and business intelligence. Today, he will be discussing some of the new changes and functionality within SharePoint 2016. With that said, let me pass it over to Farjad to begin his presentation.
Hi everyone. So today we are going to talk about SharePoint 2016, what is new in SharePoint 2016, features, some of technical features and the other features as well, some of the UI changes that are in SharePoint. So let me start with agenda for today's presentation. So we are going to discuss a backstory, how SharePoint 2016 was developed. Then there is going to be a little bit discussion about why do we want to go hybrid. We'll discuss some new things in infrastructure and architecture. Then we are going to discuss the new things in UI. We are going to discuss some new features and capabilities of SharePoint, and then at the end we will conclude with should we migrate or upgrade to SharePoint 2016 or not. So back in 2013, when Microsoft started massively with SharePoint Online, the difficulties that their users were facing, their clients were facing with SharePoint 2013, they started facing those difficulties themselves, but on very, very large scale, since they were hosting many clients. So they said that okay, let's rewrite SharePoint Online with new code base and new everything. So they started rewriting SharePoint Online, and they said that there is not going to be any on-premises SharePoint anymore. When they rolled out this news, their MVPs, their clients, they pushed back. They said that they need a SharePoint on-prem as well. So then they decided that okay, let's branch out the new code base for SharePoint Online into SharePoint on-prem as well. So and then they created a new SharePoint 2016 on-prem branch from SharePoint Online. So all the code base for SharePoint 2016 is new. It's not based on SharePoint 2013. So it's more reliable, more stable, and it has more features. So everything you have in SharePoint Online, you also have it on SharePoint 2016 on-prem. Plus some more features of SharePoint on-prem like Performance Point and those sort of features. Performance Point was built back into SharePoint 2016 as it's not part of SharePoint Online. And they also expired some of the features like Access services. So you cannot have Access services separately on SharePoint 2016. You need to have Office Online Server for that now. So since SharePoint 2016 is derived from SharePoint Online, the code base is same. So it's much more easier to integrate. Before there were many things which we had to consider before integrating SharePoint Online and SharePoint on-prem. So people going hybrid or getting to SharePoint Online, it was very difficult for them to do without any tool, especially if they had custom installation or customizations. But now, since it has same code base, it has same basic components, it's much easier to have a hybrid environment, and it's much easier to go from on-prem to online. Plus, now going from online, getting a hybrid when you switch between on-prem and online, it is so you don't feel the difference when you go from an on-prem site to an online site. Before, there was a clear difference between when you went from on-prem to online, because UI difference, there was no app launcher on-prem, but now they have introduced all those things and it's seamless. Since in hybrid, one of the basic things that people do in hybrid is share their. So sharing content in hybrid is much more flexible now. With SharePoint on-prem, it is much more complex to share it with external users, but if you have hybrid, it has become much easier to share your content even from on-prem with your external users. Internally, it's seamless, but externally now you can share your on-prem content through a hybrid connection with external users without much configuration. And since it's hybrid, you have best of both worlds, both online and on-premises. So you can have features which come only with on-premises, and you can have features which come only with online, and integrate those features to use on-prem and online together. Talking about infrastructure and architecture, they have changed a lot. They have introduced a min role. Min role is when you specify a server role before installation. So a specific set of services are automatically configured and installed on that server. And that server cannot host any services other than that specified role. So like if it's a search service role, you cannot not have application server on that. You cannot have web front on that. You cannot have distributed cache on that. So with min role, they have restricted the services you can have configured on a server. Plus, with min role, they have introduced the upgrading feature. So before, when you upgrade SharePoint, there was a downtime. But when you are using min role, you don't have any downtime anymore. Basically, they are using redundancy feature also, because they recommend that you use 2 servers for every min role. So there are 4 min roles. You need to have 8 servers plus 1 SQL server, which comes to 9 servers. But those servers are recommended if you have more than 2,000 users. If you have 1,500 or between 1,500 and 2,000 users or less than that, you can always use custom role. So that's how you go the old way. So you can have custom role on the server, and then you can configure whatever services you want on that server. You don't need to have specific role for that server. So you can go with min role if you have large number of users, but you can still go the old way, which is custom role, and you can have whatever services you want on whatever server. So that's how they're managing SharePoint now. The one feature that they have taken out is standalone. So you cannot have any more standalone installation of SharePoint. You can have a single server SharePoint, but for that also you need to have a SQL instance separately. So you need to have a SQL server installed already on your server or another server, and you can connect to that and install a single server installation for a single server role for SharePoint 2016. But there is no more standalone installation in which they were using SQL Server Express. So the preferred way, that depends upon the data you have, number of users you have. It's always recommended to go with min role if you have large number of users. But if you don't have a large number of users, you can go with whatever is right for you. So UI is not much different from SharePoint 2013, but since they have integrated SharePoint Online and the experience is seamless, so they have introduced the ribbon at the top, which was not there before. Then App Launcher is now available in online and in SharePoint on-prem as well. So when you switch from on-prem to online and online to on-prem, there is no difference over there. Then for documents, you can see that they have changed icons, especially with the newer version, with the newer upgrade. They have introduced Properties tab I couldn't get a screenshot, but I'll update the slide with that. So the properties tab, when you click a document, the properties tab will show you all the properties of the document, that how, what is the size of the document, last modified date, just like in Office 365, OneDrive. So in OneDrive, when you click on an icon or select a document, you can see its properties in the right pane. So they have done similar thing for SharePoint 2016 as well. With the newer upgrade, you can get that feature as well. So when you select a document or an item in a list or a document in a library, you will see its properties in the right pane. One of the significant changes that they have made is in mobile version of SharePoint. So if you open the site in mobile, you will see a clear difference between what they had before and what they have now. They have introduced a responsive UI. So I think in the third quarter of this year, at the end of third quarter of this year, they are gonna send out an upgrade for SharePoint 2013 as well, which contains upgrades for responsive UI. So they have built-in libraries which are handling responsive UI for SharePoint now. So you can see that mobile has all those things which were actually in demand before. There are some features that they don't get for mobile, but you can always switch to PC view. So if you click on the three dots at the bottom right, you will see that you will have the option to go to PC view as well on mobile. So you can have the same features that you have on a web browser by using the mobile device. So since they have introduced SharePoint 2016, they have introduced new features with SharePoint 2016. One of the main features which everyone should know is hybrid cloud search. So you can have a hybrid cloud search for SharePoint 2016 now. Before it wasn't possible, but now it is. You can have a search in the cloud, which can also search your on-prem SharePoint 2016, and it can have content sources which are on premises and search them and index them. And then you have an overall search experience rather than having multiple search experiences for online and on-premises separately. You'll have one search experience which will show you results from online and on-premises together. Since they have introduced redundancy element, there is zero downtime patching. So when you want to upgrade a SharePoint to a new update or feature, you don't need to have any downtime. So you can do it while everyone is using SharePoint as a daily routine. So they have also increased the limitations. The content databases, before it was preferred to have 200 gigabytes, not more than 200 gigabytes of content databases, but now it's in terabytes. So you can have multiple terabytes of databases. Having few terabytes of content database is very common right now. So now they have introduced a new recommendation in which you can have terabytes of data in your content databases. Site elections, before the recommendation was 2,000 per content database. Now it is 100,000. Lists have virtually unlimited number of. You can have virtually unlimited number of items in a list. Before it was 5,000, and after that you have to modify the threshold for the list and site collection, and then you could have more items, and then you can use those. But now you can have virtually unlimited number of items in a list. Recommendations from MVPs is still 30,000. There you could stop at 30,000. Still stop at 30,000. Max file size was 2 bits before. Now it's 10 gigabits. You can have 10 gigabytes of file which you can upload or download from SharePoint. Indexed items, the search index was 100 million indexes. Now it is 500 million indexes. You can have 500 million index items in your search. For search service application, you can have 500 million items indexed. And fast site creation. So now they are using the fast site creation. Before it used to take minutes to create a site collection. Now it just takes few seconds to create a site collection. Compliance policies, they have introduced compliance policies, deletion policies, DLP, data loss prevention policies. In compliance, they have given some good features out of the box, like reading the documents and figuring out if there is any sensitive information in that document and marking the document, informing the site admin that this document contains sensitive information like credit card numbers, social security numbers, and those kind of things. Plus, it will prevent anyone to download from downloading that document, so no one will be able to download that document, and only the administrator will be able to delete, or only the administrator and the owner of that document will be able to download those documents or overwrite those documents. So they have given some out-of-the-box compliance policies. There are some prerequisites that you have to do to use those policies, but these are all out of the box. And durable links, one of the good features that SharePoint 2016 has introduced is durable links. So with each file or with each image or whatever file or folder you upload to SharePoint, you will get durable links. So no matter where you move that file inside that site collection, the link will remain the same. So you can still access that file using the same link. The dependency for durable links is Office Online Server. So you need to have Office Online Server for durable links to have durable links capability. You also need to have Office Online Server to use the Excel services capability. Before, in SharePoint 2013, you could have Excel services without Office web application. But now you need to have Office Online Server, which is the newer version of Office web applications. So they have changed the name of Office web applications to Office Online Server. So you need to have Office Online Server to use Excel services capabilities, like opening Excel sheet in browser. So for that, you need to have Office Online Server. Now the updates are going to be released as feature packs, and those feature packs will be released as soon as SharePoint Online gets updates. Before, it was a different of 3 to 6 months. SharePoint Online will get some updates, and then those updates will be available for on-premises after 3 to 6 months. Now it's not the case. They are planning to have those updates, the updates that SharePoint Online gets, deployed at the same time and will be available for on-premises at the same time. So these are some of the features that they have introduced. One of the features, I really want to talk about this virtually unlimited list items, because this is one of the big accomplishments that SharePoint has done, especially for the edit view. Before, edit view was really slow. It wouldn't allow you to open items more than 500 or 600 in the same view, but now it does allow you. The technicality behind this limitation is that now they have introduced auto indexing of columns. So they create indexes at database level rather than at site level for SharePoint. Okay, so should we migrate or upgrade? It really depends on case to case. But having said that, SharePoint 2016 is very durable, very robust. It's a new code base. which is written from scratch. It is better code base. It is better. It is easily manageable. It has more features, and since you get the same experience, to have a hybrid environment is actually feasible for day-to-day usage, especially with more of external clients using internal portals, using project sites, using PMOs. It is better to have a hybrid environment. SharePoint 2013 had many problems, like user profile service had many problems, but since they have introduced a new architecture for those kind of problems, it has gotten much better from SharePoint 2013. So it's recommended that we should migrate and upgrade to SharePoint 2016, but that totally depends upon what kind of needs a company has. Okay, so any questions?
We can open up the floor to Q&A now. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to just type them in the window. We'll give it a couple minutes, see if there's any questions, and if so, then Farshad can just answer them right now. All right, well, it looks like there's no questions. Thank you again for joining us today. Just a little bit of a background on Xelleration. Xelleration is a Microsoft managed partner, gold certified in collaboration and content, application development, cloud productivity, communications, and cloud platform. We specialize in SharePoint, Office 365, Skype for Business, Azure, Exchange, Power BI, as well as .NET. Specific to SharePoint, we specialize in governance and planning, deployment and migration of both SharePoint online and on-prem environments, custom development, SharePoint BI, and managed services. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our SharePoint offerings, please feel free to reach out to us by sending an email to info@xelleration.com. Thank you so much for joining and have a wonderful rest of your day.